Claire, if you would, please, sir.
Father, we come to you tonight with thankful hearts, Lord, for the blessings that you continue to pour out upon us individually, pour out on us as a city, a county, and state, and the country. Father, we lift up all of our people, citizens around our city and state, county, and country, Lord, that are having to deal with this virus. And Father, the consequences of having to quarantine or try to stay away from people, Lord. And Father, we just lift each of them up to you, because Father, it's difficult to stay away from people, because that's our nature. We want to be around people. We want to have fellowship with people. And Father, it's difficult at this time. And Father, we know that there are people who are suffering from depression due to this withdrawal. And Father, we just pray, lift them up to you and help them to deal with the situation. Father, we continue to ask that you would be with Mark as he leads our city. Father, we're thankful for the job that he's done, and Father, how you've blessed him and led him in especially this difficult time. Father, we pray that you be with us now as a council as we take up items of business. And Father, we just pray that everything we do will bring glory and honor to your name. Forgive us where we fail you in so many ways. All we ask in your son's name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. I'd like to call this special session of the Russellville City Council to order. And ask you to join us in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Thank you, Steve. Roll call, Robert.
Davenport. Bell.
Here.
Kinzer. Walker.
Here.
Wilcutt.
Here.
Gooch.
Here.
5 seconds.
Okay, council, you have before you the minutes of our last special session from April 9th. I'll entertain a motion to approve at this time.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion, 2 seconds. Is there any corrections that need to be noted at this time? Not hearing any. Roll call.
Davenport. Yes. Bell.
Yes.
Walker.
Yes.
Wilcutt.
Yes.
Gooch.
Here. Kinzer.
Kinzer.
Here.
Are we all here?
They're all here.
All right. So the minutes have been approved. I've only got one thing on announcements, and it's just it's a Barron River District Health update from yesterday afternoon. Logan County, as of yesterday afternoon, had 15 confirmed cases, 8 recovered, and 1 death. So we have been very blessed up to this point, and we still are blessed, but we probably will see more cases as it's being more tested. So it's expected, but yet unexpected, but we still know we're in good hands. So we want to keep, as Larry talked about, our community, our state, and our nation, we want to keep them in our prayers. Next, we go to old business. Approved bid of gas franchise created by ordinance 2020-03. Ms. Teal.
And there is in your packet I believe the bid from Atmos Energy, which requests to acquire the franchise and rights created under ordinance number 2020-03 of the city of Russellville. In consideration of granting the franchise, Atmos Energy will pay the city 1.5% of its gross revenues as defined in the franchise agreement. The determined franchise will be for 10 years. Atmos Energy agrees to and accepts all the terms of the franchise agreement contained in ordinance number 2020-03, subject to the city's acceptance of the bid herein and the awarding of the franchise to Atmos Energy. If Atmos Energy is a successful bidder, please execute duplicate originals of this bid letter in the space provided below. return it together with copies of minutes of the meeting. It's my understanding that this was, at the bid opening, this is the
Yes.
only bid received.
Yes, ma'am. So you've heard, Ms. Till read the bid from Atmos Energy. We'll entertain a motion to approve, the bid at this time.
Motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Roll call.
Davenport. Yes. Bell.
Yes.
Inzer.
Yes.
Walker.
Yes.
Wolcott.
Yes.
Gooch.
Yes.
Six yeses.
All right. Next, we'll move to new business. It's first reading of ordinance 2020-04, zoning change of 6 tracts of land situated on the northeast side of First Street, Stevenson Mill Road between MacArthur and Glendale from R4 to I2. Ms. Teal.
And this is ordinance number 2020-04, stating whereas Hanson Aggregates Midwest LLC applied to the Logan Joint Cities County Planning Commission hereinafter the commission for a change in the zoning map of the city of Russellville, Kentucky from residential R4 to industrial I2 regarding certain realty consisting of 6 tracts of land situated on the north side of East First Street and Stevenson Mill Road between MacArthur Street and Glendale Lane. Whereas on February 6, 2020, the commission held a public hearing on said application, and after making certain written findings of fact, made a written recommendation to the City Council of Russellville that said application be approved. And whereas the City Council and Mayor on behalf of the City of Russellville deemed said zoning change beneficial to the City of Russellville and all legal requirements have been met in order to proceed with the zoning change. Now therefore be it ordained by the City Council in and for the City of Russellville, Kentucky as follows. The written findings of fact and recommendation of the Commission dated February 6, 2020, attached hereto as Exhibit A, is hereby adopted and approved by the City of Russellville and incorporated herein as if set forth in its entirety. The zoning map of the City of Russellville shall be, and is hereby amended, such that 6 tracts of land situated on the north side of East First Street and Stevenson Mill Road between MacArthur Street and Glendale Lane in Russellville, Kentucky, shall be changed from residential R4 to industrial I2. Said property is more particularly described in the application of Hanson Aggregates Midwest LLC and reflected on the attached zoning map labeled as Exhibit B. In any event, any provision of this ordinance is invalid for any reason. Such invalidity shall not affect the other provisions. All portions of any ordinance, rule, regulation, and conflict herewith are hereby repealed to the extent of that conflict only, and this ordinance shall be effective upon its passage and publication according to law.
All right. The first reading of ordinance 2020-04. All right, next on the agenda, we have award bid for the City of Russellville Water Systems upgrade and sidewalk project on the east side. Utilities Director Jason Henderson.
Alrighty, in your packets, you should have information on this project. We received all of our bids on March 12th of this year, 2020. And bid openings were held at McGee Engineering, and we, you have a copy of those bids. The lowest bidder was Scott and Ritter. Our bids did come in a little higher than anticipated. But after talking with myself, mayor, and our engineering firm, we do have a letter of recommendation from McGee Engineering, and we recommend you award the bid to Scott and Ritter for the amount of $534,353.50. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them.
King Council, this was in our 2020 budget that we had appropriated funds for. It didn't go as quick as we wanted, and then the bids did come in a little high, but when we got ready to roll this a little bit is when we had our virus thing kind of roll. So we will be able to get this started in our 2020. We will not be able to get it finished in this budget, but we will get a really good start on it. So this is what the council, we had talked about in the starting of our budget process of 2020. Any questions?
Just a comment, the amount that you requested, Jason, that's where the city's gonna reconnect? And
Yeah.
that's the city reconnecting,
Yes, ma'am, the base,
saving all that money?
yes, ma'am, it's,
Very good. Thank you.
yeah, it's quite a bit of money there, so.
Yeah, a whole lot.
All right, thank you.
Jason,
Yes, sir.
you might just, like section 1 says east plus 1 block of breadth. Where is it starting on east? Starting at Main or what?
No, sir, it'll start, more toward the east, kinda like around Caldwell in that area.
So we're doing between Caldwell and Breathitt, third. between
And it'll come
Caldwell-
along Third Street there, all the way up to, around where Morgan, I guess is probably Breathitt is further up this way than Morgan,
Yeah.
so yeah.
So it's Third Street from Caldwell to Breathitt, and then turning south on Breathitt.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then. All right, then the next one is East Fourth Street.
2 blocks of Morgan.
How much of East Fourth? Is it just crossing East Fourth?
Crossing along there.
Okay,
Yeah, and we'll cross it there and one more time at Caldwell, in the 2 blocks of Caldwell there.
okay, got you. All right, thank you.
Any other questions?
All right, thank you.
We'll entertain a motion to approve this time.
Motion so moved to approve. Second.
So the motion is to approve the bid of Scott Ritter, Inc. with the total base price $534,353.50. We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Roll call.
Davenport. Yes. Bell.
Yes.
Kinzer.
Yes.
Walker.
Yes.
Wolcott.
Yes.
Gooch.
Yes.
6 yeses.
Okay, next, council, you have in your packet, I was contacted last week by, actually it's the EPB, Electric Plant Board, acting on behalf of Tennessee Valley Authority. They have an opportunity to obtain funds for the COVID relief in our area, which has been released by TVA. It was released about April 13th. They will be administering a community care fund that will provide relief for nonprofit and agencies across the valley. This matching fund will be allocated to local fire companies and their community partners. The county is in this, EPB is, Logan Economic Alliance for Development is, and we have an opportunity to also participate in this. Again, whatever we decide to do, donate or whatever, they will match that same thing. I think a couple of the other agencies have done $2,000. And like I said, TVA will match that. You'll also see in your packet, it does have to be a 501c3. There was a list of a couple of, several of there that are associated with this, Good Samaritan, some others. Also on your desk there, or in front of you when you came in, there was an email about what Community Action and the Senior Center here in Russellville is doing, curbside meals. But they're doing that as long as the money holds out. And that's for anybody 60 years of age, I believe it is, and older. So that was just one opportunity we could do there. But I wanted to put that in your packet and see what your thoughts were, and if you decided to do that, to entertain the amount and an agency that you think this would work real well for in our community.
The maximum our EPB can do is a $10,000 match, correct?
Right.
So all the rest have given 2?
I think the county did 2, Lead has done 2, and if we do 2, I'm not for sure what the plant board's doing. I'm assuming at least 2. I couldn't get 10,000 out of them, so as far as I know. But we can do any amount. I mean, we don't have to go 2. We can do whatever.
Well, what I was thinking is maybe we could do the remaining up to 10,000 if the EPB did 2 or 2,500. To get to the 10, so that they would get the 10, which would be 20 for our community.
Right.
I think the EPD might do 3.
I don't know. I mean,
So y'all haven't discussed it yet.
yeah.
So if it was only 3 left, that would probably go a long way in deciding that on
Yeah.
behalf of the Electric Plant Board of
Yeah.
Russellville, Kentucky. Okay.
I'll move we do 3.
Okay.
Am I supposed to abstain?
No.
We have a motion for 3.
Second?
We have a second. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Bell,
Yes.
Kinzer,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Wilcutt,
Yes.
Gooch,
Yes.
6 yeses.
I know you've had a couple look at it, but is there any thought on agency we would like for this to go to?
I think the Good Samaritan is a good organization to go through because of their vetting of the people, I'm having a little struggle with some of these that, just like you say, the senior said, anybody 60 years old, in other words, me and my wife can go by there and get food if we want.
What you do is,
But I mean-
well, yes and no.
Well, I just.
But yeah, I understand you.
Good Samaritan, I know, is.
Right.
Over the years, they've done a really good job of vetting. They have great records from my understanding of people and, I like it. I don't have anything against any of the other organizations.
I understand.
but I just didn't know if Good Samaritan does, I think, a really good job for our county and our city. So that would be, I guess, my number 1 priority. But like I said, I have nothing against any of the other. Is that the Life Choice Emergency, is that the Life Choice Pregnancy Center? or is
That's
that-
my understanding, yes.
Okay, I didn't know about that name.
When I had talked to a couple of people at EPB, and that's what I was, and that fell into the fact because they were supplying some food and some other items of necessity. Any other thoughts? Harry, you want to make that in the,
I will move that we, I don't guess we have total control, but I don't know how does it work. So it's just ours that we would designate, or is it?
no, they would match,
No, but I'm just saying, so we choose an organization, the county chooses an organization.
and some of them might be the same.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, on that line, okay, then I'll make a motion that we designate our portion of it to Good Samaritan.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion? Okay. Roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Bell,
Yes.
Kinzer,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Wilcutt,
Yes.
Gooch,
Yes.
6 yeses.
All right. Council, that's all that is on our agenda for tonight. So at this time, I'll entertain a motion. to
I have
adjourn.
something before we adjourn, I just wanted to get on the record. I wanted the mayor, Linda Sue Williams and myself were walking today, and there was a guy that was in a scooter and his battery had run down, so I called Communications Center. And 2 officers come to help him, so they were Officer Brown and Officer Wilkins, and Linda Sue said that they were 2 of the most helpful police I have seen. And wow, very nice and very mannerly. She wanted me to present this to the council, and I reckon they get calls on this guy every day.
All right.
Mayor, how's our sidewalk project repairs or that been going on? How's that going?
We're done.
Done?
Done.
Okay.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
A motion second. I'm not gonna ask for discussion, I'll ask for roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Bell,
Yes.
Kinzer,
Yes.
Walker,
Yes.
Wilcutt,
Yes.
Gooch,
Yes.
6 yeses.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you.